Right, this is Psycho Santa, aka Paul Skelton. This is me doing some inking in the afternoon. So, yeah, this is my sensor jabbing his leg in the ground. It's meant to be going into the ground. Maybe I could have had this bend eye a bit more forward, but now I've got this sensor's head a bit higher up. I've got it coming out of the panel, so he's sort of leaning back, but you can look up and see that this guy's jabbing something down. This is him opening up his arm and all the sort of steel rods and scissory things coming out of it. So yeah, I think when I used to do blood and gore and stuff, I used to use a pen. I think you used to be able to get things called a sign pen. The problem with doing things with pens is which is this is going to sound good, but they have a tendency to bleed if you do anything else with the inks, like water anything down or add tones or anything. I'm not planning on adding any tones here, but this is the blood done with ink, so it's just straight from my brush, my #1 head brush. So, and I'll come back and I'll share thoughts on the rest of the page. So, Psycho Santa, aka Paul Skelton. And here's my full page number 4 of Stella Nova number 5. And yeah, that's the man getting ripped into pieces. This is the nulls, and this is them not being able to see the nulls. So the sensor's walking off. So yeah, there we go. Whole inked in page. I don't know if I'll make this video as long as the last one, but yeah, that's just try and show you what I've done today. So that's ink with a brush. Like I say, I've got away from the pens, but yeah, that's my painted in page. So hope I'm not moving too quickly for you. And that's the full page number 4 of Stella Nova number 5. Psycho Santa. Paul Skelton. It's the 22nd of January. I better do another disclaimer. So Stella Nova number 5 is entirely fictional, created by Paul Skelton, copyright 2021. Stella Nova was produced by Paul Skelton in 2021. Any similarity to other publications or real persons is purely coincidental. Characters, places, logos, and names may not be reproduced without permission from Paul Skelton, copyright 2021. Okay, so this is my inked in page today. I'm going to leave these planets to pen them in, so I'm going to use a small nib to pen in that sign there, even though it's an alien language, but might have got a bit blurred if I used my brush for that bit. So I'm going to leave most writing I usually leave for a pen. And I've done some space, so I think that's a, I thought it was a 5, but I think it was a 4 brush. So using a bigger brush for large sections of ink. So I just filled in that with large sections. I did leave a little bit around the spaceships and stuff, and then use a #1 brush to detail in the spaceships type thing. So yeah, those are the brushes I've used for the space scene, and there might be a little bit of white there that I might need to go over. But here's the scene in the bar with the aliens, and there you go. So yeah, so that's page number 5 of Stella Nova number 5. Don't forget to melt down all the cars and build moving walkways. I've been Psycho Santa, aka Paul Skelton, and this is the page I've worked on today, page number 6. So I've inked in half of this, and I tried to lengthen out Ozeg's fingers a bit there. So hopefully that looks a little bit better than they were, because they're meant to be a lot longer than human fingers. Better take my fingers off the lens. So yeah, and this is Raycar trying on some gear so I can measure the wires. And yeah, so I've put in a bit of shading and stippling and things. So hopefully they don't look too bad, not too much in the picture. So the top half has got a lot of fiddly little bits, and the bottom half is a bit less. So I'm going to get on with the bottom half and hope you like that. So that's the top part. I'm doing this in 2 sections because I think with the inking it's better to show you a half and what the pencils look like before. So okay, Psycho Santa, Paul Scouten, and here comes the rest of the page. So this is my sensor folded up into this little rocket thing. Yeah, I thought I'd have them have these transforming abilities, these sensors, so they can hide their little their massive mass into these little rocket things that can teleport around the place. I like the idea that when they're in the rocket things, they can teleport around. They're not doing it in this page, but they do it later on. But yeah, so they fly around in these little things, and then they unfold, and their legs and arms all come out of this little thing. Yeah, so that's me bottom of the page. Yeah, I've done a little bit of pointillism on Ozeg's face there. He's saying, "What is that?" And it's coming around the corner. And I've tried to keep the corridor similar to the last issues. So it's sort of speed liney things. It's flying around the corridor, coming to get them. So there you go. That's another page, page 6 of Stella Nova number 5. This is Psycho Santa, aka Paul Scouten. It's the 27th of January. I better do another disclaimer. So Stella Nova number 5 is entirely fictional, created by Paul Scouten. Copyright 2021. Stella Nova was produced by Paul Scouten in 2021. Any similarity to other publications or real persons is purely coincidental. Characters, places, logos, and names may not be reproduced without permission from Paul Scouten. Copyright 2021. Okay, so I've started doing this page number 7. Gotta watch where I pop my fingers. Where's the camera? Down there. Okay, so yeah, this is sort of my Basil Worthington sort of. It's not as hatched in as any of Basil's. I mean, he does whole pages of hatched in futuristic things and stuff, but just done some little bit of stippling in the corners type thing, a bit of shading going in there. So just gives it this little bit of texture on the walls. So and I've given Raycar lots of scales. So this is half the page, and I'll come back with the full page, and I'm going to try and just lightly brush in some of these weird lines and stuff and see how they go. And looks like I'll have to have some harsher, blacker lines. So this is going to be how Raycar sees things. So I'm going to try and do that, and I'll come back with the finished page. So I go Scouten, and here's my full page, so hopefully that's not too blurry. Yeah. I'm still wondering if I should try and mix up some darker tone, whether that'll work on non-waterproof ink or whatever it's called. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm sort of happy with that. It's sort of blurry on one side and becoming solid on the other. So it's meant to be coming from a dark pit and turning into a more stable image. So yeah, and this is them wondering if it's hostile or not, which on the next page you'll find out. So this is page 7. Hopefully try and just go around the whole thing slowly. Yeah, there's not so much stippling down the bottom. I've just tried to focus on the characters and what they're doing. So that's the whole page. Page number 7 of Stella Nova number 5. I've been Psycho Santa. And this is the top of page 8, so I've started doing this one. And I'm going to try and work on that sound effect, that whelp. Move the E over a bit and maybe stretch that H over so that his leg does show through a bit. So this is poor Ozeg getting what happens when you meet aliens. Oh, poor Ozeg. Okay, so yeah, so that's the top. That's inked in now. And I'm going to try and ink in this bottom section, which is maybe a bit fiddlier, but yeah, so that's half of it done. Psycho Scouting. This is Stella Nova number 5 that I'm working on, page number 8. So this is the whole page. This is Aussie getting ripped apart. Yeah. So I did try and put some more mega carpals. I think mega carpals are your ones in your hands. The ones before your wrist. Yeah, so I've got some popping out, I think, at the ends. I think I added some popping out in the ends there. So, yeah, that's sort of opening up his arm with these big scissory things, which is nipping him into bits. But, yeah, he sucked his legs on already. I just wondered if there should have been an extra panel with his legs getting sucked in. But I think that's quite animated in some ways. He jabs him and then he sucks him inside him. He goes through him and he spukes out the guts that he doesn't want to. Well, he takes in the nutrients of the unidice and he spits out the guts on the other end. So there you go. Look, that's the whole page. So that's page number 8. Getting close to the middle. It's most probably going to come out in February sometime, hopefully. Hopefully I can get it out in February. So I've been Psycho Santa. Don't forget to melt down all the cars and build moving walkways. Psycho Santa, signing off.